But when you got a player like that comes in and is a freshman, if you're a head coach like Jason Harris, you're excited about the next few years and what you'll get there.
So fun. And even the growth that you can get from those young players within a season. Just from the beginning of a season, from a tournament like this, that's kind of before you get into the thick of region play, to the end of the season, I mean, the sky is the limit for her. She is such a good ball player.
All right, let's shift gears and talk about the boys' championship. Really excited about this matchup. Last night, Darlington defeated Pepperell 62-38, and we were talking about that game just before it started. And I would venture to say that surprised both of us. It certainly surprised me. I thought that was going to be a little bit closer of a game.
I did too. And talking to Coach Mendez, the head coach of the Pepperell Dragons, after the game, he just said that, Darlington did to us what we try to do to other teams. Excuse me. They just did it better than we could do it to them. I mean, they forced Pepperell miscues, got the ball out in transition, and it wasn't really ever close. You kind of just felt like Darlington controlled from the tip.
No question about it. From wire to wire, they certainly controlled that game. And, of course, Chattooga got into this game with a 52-50 win over Rome. And Rome at one point, I believe, had a 14-point lead. Let that slip. It was in either an 18 or 20-point run for Chattooga. I don't remember which. And they took control of the game. There were some things that happened at the end of the game. There was a technical foul in which I believe Chattooga had one too many men on the floor, gave Rome a little bit of daylight there. But couldn't get over the hump there in that game, so it ended up being a 2-point game. Chattooga wins and moves on to this round, and they've got another big challenge in front of them.
Big challenge, and looking at the stat of Chattooga, they haven't won a gold ball since 1986 is surprising considering the good teams that they've had, but they really haven't been a fixture in this tournament as of late. Otherwise, they probably would have seen more championship games because they've been one of the best programs in this area for going on 5-6 years now. So I'm excited. This should be a fun matchup. I think Darlington, they've gotten better every game. The defense was there in that quarterfinal against Model. And then last night, obviously, both offense and defense. There was a complete performance. So interested to see if Coach West and this crew can keep that up tonight.
Well, they'll have to have a complete performance again tonight against this Chattooga team because they definitely have some good players, and they've had a lot of success in recent years, made it to the semifinals a couple of times. And so they're a well-coached team, very athletic team. They got a couple of really long players, one in particular, Cash Allen, who's closed games out strong the last couple of games. I know in the game against Coosa, he had 4 two-handed jams late in that game, had a couple last night. So definitely look for another great performance from him. Jalen Johnson, another good player. They've got a lot of guys that we could talk about.
Well, one of the storylines that I'm going to be watching tonight is the mini dunk contest that we've got between Cash Allen of Chattooga and Patrick Shelley of Darlington. Shelley had one dunk last night and then went for a monster poster, jumped from about the free throw line, and came up just the inches short as he hit the rim, and kind of got an earful from the crowd for that. But that's something to keep in mind. I'm not a betting man, but the over-under in terms of combined dunks tonight, I don't know, Matt, where would you put it?
I really don't know. I don't have an answer for you, but I kind of agree with you. I think we're going to see some fireworks in this basketball game, and I love it, man. I love it. I cannot wait for this game. Really fired up about it. Well, we are about to take another break, but we've been joined by our buddy Noah Severson doing some work tonight for the Rome News-Tribune. And I read your story this morning, really enjoyed that, and so you'll have some coverage in tomorrow's paper, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah, just doing the boys' championship game, and then Michael Barron, as we speak, is typing up the write-up for the girls' game that we just watched. So definitely got to get yourself a Rome News Tribune for tomorrow.
I definitely will, man. I'll be heading to the radio station in the morning to take a peek at it for sure. I always enjoy your coverage. I always enjoy catching up with you, and thank you for your time today. I appreciate your insight.
Thank you so much, Matt. Always a pleasure.
All right, man. We've been joined by Noah Severson, again, from the Rome News Tribune, a student out at Berry, and also does some play-by-play work for Mountain Coast Network and does a fantastic job, and again, really enjoyed talking to him. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take a break for about 4 minutes. Then we're going to come back, give you the starting lineups for our final game of the night. Again, it's the Chattooga Indians and the Darlington Tigers to determine who will have the gold ball tonight. Again, as Noah pointed out, it was 34 years ago in 1986 when Chattooga got their last gold ball. And it hasn't been quite as long, but it has been a long time for Darlington. They had back-to-back in 2005 and 2006. So we're going to see some history tonight no matter what happens. We'll send it back to the studio for a 4-minute break. We'll come back with more here in between games as we get ready for the boys' championship. We'll be back. Well, here we go, folks. We are 1 minute away from the beginning of the last ball game here of the 67th annual Seven Hills Rotary Rome News Tribune Christmas basketball tournament. We've already seen one gold ball winner. That was Rome Lady Wolves with a 54-33 victory over the Darlington Lady Tigers. Pick up their first gold ball since 2017. Been a much bigger gap for both of the teams on the floor tonight in between gold balls. It has been since 2006 for Darlington. They went back-to-back in 05 and 06, and 34 years ago was the last gold ball for the Chattooga Indians. And, of course, as Noah Severson, who was on with me between games, pointed out, one of the reasons for Chattooga is they've kind of been in and out in the tournament over the years, and so they have not been in there continuously like some of the other teams. So that certainly factors into those 34 years. I don't have all the details of that, but we are just about ready to roll here in this basketball game. We'll go ahead and give you the starting lineups here for both of our teams playing here tonight. We'll start with the Darlington Tigers. Number 1, Simon Pollock. He's a sophomore. Number 3, Braden Bell, a sophomore as well. Number 4, Caleb Kaiser. We're seeing a theme here, also a sophomore. Now we got a junior, number 10, Patrick Shelley. And then rounding out the starting 5 here for this pretty young Darlington team is going to be number 44, Marcus Mumber. Now for the the Chattooga Indians, their head coach is Jared Gross. By the way, the head coach of Darlington is Nathan West. We'll start with 0, L.A. Riley. Number 3, Damian Smith. Number 5, Cash Allen. Number 12, Brody Mobbs. And number 23, Jalen Johnson. So that's your starters for both teams here tonight as we get ready to get underway. Darlington is off to a 4-0 start to the season, so they got a 4-game winning streak, averaging 50.5 points a game, giving up about 31.25, so 31 and a quarter, playing good defense. They played an excellent defense last night in the game against Pepperell. And then for the Chattooga Indians, off to a 3-1 start. They're 1-0 in Region 7 AA. They are averaging 55.5 points, giving up a little over 53. Darlington's going to start off on offense. They'll inbound the ball here on the near side. And ladies and gentlemen, we are underway with the boys championship, 25% capacity crowd. So it's going to look and sound a little bit different. But these fans, they're going to be into this game. I got a feeling we're going to have a good game. Missed shot for Darlington. Rebound is going to go to Chattooga as we played 20 seconds of this first quarter. Johnson with it over on the left wing side. Chattooga's in their white uniforms with red and black trim. They've got red numbers, black letters. Darlington is in their purple uniforms with white trim, numbers, and letters. Chattooga with the ball. Johnson's going to feed it off to Cash Allen. Now back up top to Damian White to the right wing side. Both teams just filling each other out here in this first minute of the basketball game. And now we're going to see Johnson reset that offense. And now they'll send it off to the left wing side. Darlington already creating some issues in terms of Chattooga finding some looks. They found one there. He's going to overshoot that one by a good margin. Chattooga keeps it in, but for Darlington, here comes Kaiser down the other end of the floor, driving towards the baseline, tries to feed it to Shelley, and it's going to go out of bounds on the Chattooga Indians as Patrick Shelley runs off to the sidelines. I think he's got a necklace on that he's got to take off. He just did. And so we'll have a little bit of a stoppage of play there while he takes care of that equipment issue as we get ready for Braden Bell to inbound the ball here for Darlington. They get it out to the top of the key. Now back off to the left wing side to Kaiser. Kaiser goes back up top to Braden Bell at the top of your screen. Now back to the near side. And there's a quick look there for Darlington in and out. Allen is there for the rebound for Chattooga. Johnson across the timeline, works his way to the right side, leaves it off for Damian Smith. Smith tries to dribble around to the right side of Asa Shepard for Darlington. They feed it down low to Cash, tries to feed it in off the glass. Can't get it to go, and Darlington gets the rebound. Bell has it. Now he feeds it off to Kaiser. We're going to have a foul by the Chattooga Indians. So nobody scored. We've played almost the first 2 minutes of this first quarter. And again, it just feels like both teams right now just trying to get a sense of what the other team is going to do in terms of trying to set the tone with this game. Bell feeds it into the backcourt to Kaiser. Kaiser back to Bell. Now they try to get it off to the left wing side and Shepard, but it is going to be deflected out of bounds by a Chattooga Indian, as I believe Damian Smith got his hands in there and knocked it out. So it's staying with Darlington, but good defense there by the Chattooga Indians. Bell with it, feeds it outside. There's a wide open look at a three. That's going to be in and out. Allen's there for the rebound. After he pulls it down, immediately gives it to Smith, who goes quickly down the other side out to Johnson. Wide open three. Hadn't quite zeroed in on the basket just yet. Missed that one. And Shelley goes the other way, dribbles between his legs, works his way right, feeds it off to the right wing side. They go towards the basket with Kaiser, who tries to feed it to Mumber underneath, but the ball's going to be picked off as Chattooga shuts down the passing lane. Smith with it. He's at the top of the key, dribbling between his legs. Now goes to Mobbs on the left wing side. Johnson challenges towards the basket. No look pass into the paint. And we're going to have a whistle and a foul as Shelley was going for the ball. So going to the free throw line is going to be L.A. Riley. And Shelley is going to be charged with the first foul for Darlington in the game. Shot on the way and good. We'll get ready for the next free throw from L.A. Riley. So the first basket of the night is going to be on a free throw. Here's the next one. It is good as well. So that makes it a 2-0 game in favor of Chattooga after L.A. Riley makes both free throws. Here comes Darlington across the timeline, dribbling right at around center court. They're going to feed it off to D-Man Floyd. And the ball is going to be deflected out of bounds. That's going to be on Chattooga. So Darlington is going to retain possession. They will inbound the ball in front of the scorer's table, or right next to it, I should say, after a socially distanced toss from one of the officials. Braden Bell receives the inbound pass. D-Man Floyd has his pocket picked after Braden passed it to him. Now Johnson's got it, keeps it in for Chattooga. Ball's loose on the floor. This is a run out. Could be the jam. It is. Oh, he misses. Grabs the rim and tries to put it back in. And you can't do that. So it's going to be a technical foul that goes against Patrick Shelley. So we're going to see Chattooga on the other end shooting free throws, and then after that they're going to get possession of the ball. So Chattooga leading it 2-0. L.A. Riley going back to the free throw line where he is 2 for 2 and make it 3 for 3. Young man, a good free throw shooter. That makes it the 3-0 ball game in favor of Chattooga on a 3-0 run, all on free throws to start the game. Fans got excited about that one. Patrick Shelley got a little too excited and couldn't get the jam to go, but we're going to see some more of that from these teams in this game. I just have a feeling, but we'll see. Right now, Coach West talking to Shelley, and I would imagine he's saying, hey, man, first things first, we're going to make sure that we make it and get the points. Then worry about the razzle-dazzle. And a jam on the other end from Cash Allen. And that was a 100% percentage shot right there. No way he was going to be missing that one. He gets fouled on the way in as well, so he's got a three-point opportunity with the exclamation point perhaps forthcoming. My goodness. He was punishing the rim on that one. That was a strong jam. There's a free throw. He's going to get the three-point play. 6-0 run here for Chattooga to start the game. Darlington on the other end. D-Man Floyd. Now they work it around to Kaiser. Now they're trying to get it back. Up top they do. There is a three-point look for Floyd. Going to go high off the rim. Braden gets the long rebound. And now a travel is going to be called against Darlington's Asa Shepard. So a turnover. Chattooga off to a hot start in this game. And that's what happened with Chattooga in the game against Rome yesterday. They got off on a 9-0 run to start the game. Then Rome came storming back, built a 14-point lead. And then Chattooga had a big run that took the lead and ended up winning the game. So they were kind of streaky in the game. Both teams were, but Chattooga came out on top. So Darlington set to inbound the ball after the turnover. 6-0 Indians on top of the Tigers here in the boys championship. D-man Floyd is about to inbound the ball here for the Darlington Tigers on their side of the floor. They're going to work it in to Kaiser. Caleb Kaiser, he's a sophomore. They work it out to the right wing side. Now back to D-man. D-man shoots from the free throw line a little beyond it, and he makes the first basket of the night here for the Tigers. And that would happen with 4:15 left here in the first quarter. Across the timeline goes Floyd, or not Floyd, excuse me, that's Johnson here for Chattooga. Mobs with it over on the left wing side with it, feeds it down to Allen, challenges his man down low, but he travels. He was being guarded by DJ Johnson. So the Tigers are going to get the ball back and see if they can grab a little bit of momentum back here from Chattooga that started the game on a 6-0 run. Darlington just scored their first basket on the previous possession before the turnover from D-man Floyd. He got 2 points. Shepard is going to feed it out to the right wing. Now back up top for Kaiser. Kaiser goes off to the right wing side. Shepard for three. In and out, no good. Rebound and the putback from Johnson is going to be good. He's going to the charity stripe with a 3-point play opportunity, and we got a 2-point game. Indians 6, Tigers 4. Boys championship between the Chattooga Indians and the Darlington Tigers. So, again, DJ Johnson at the free throw line, and that was Cash Allen's first foul of the game. Here's the shot. It is good. He converts the 3-point play. Chattooga will inbound the ball, now leading it only by a point as Darlington has put together a 5-point run. And the game is, again, 6-5. Johnson with it, Jalen Johnson. He's had a big tournament. Goes right to the low block and banks it off the glass and in for his first basket of the night. 8-5. Indians on top by 3. Darlington on the other end. They give it over to Braden Bell. Now into the corner to D-man Floyd. He drives towards the low block, tries to lay it in. Ball is loose. Allen picks it up, stays in bounds on the baseline, and now he's going to pick up his dribble and hand the ball off to Damian Smith, who's going to bring it down the floor across the timeline, dribbles right, gives it to Johnson. Johnson over to Mobs on the left wing side, into the corner, a corner three. That's going to be no good for Chattooga. Here's Allen to clean it up with the putback. So Cash Allen already with 5 points, and right now Chattooga owns a 5-point lead. 10-5 is your score here early in this basketball game. Shepard over to Kaiser. Darlington with the ball, working right to left. They got it on their side of the floor. There's a 3-point look. It's a low one, and it is good. Big time shooting there by Caleb Kaiser, picking up the 3, and it's now a 2-point game. This is fun already. Loving it. 2:17 left to go in the first quarter. Here comes Chattooga. They're going to work it across the center court line with it in the hands of Johnson. He goes to the left. Going to leave it off in front of the Darlington bench. Dribbling his Mobs. Mobs between the legs. Dribbles twice that way. Gets a pick set by Allen. Now back up top. Damian Smith with the ball, dribbles behind his back. He's looking for Johnson, but he's covered up. He goes and cuts towards the basket. Now Smith makes a move. Feeds it off the left wing side to Mobs. Now back up top. Now back to Damian Smith as a man breaks for the basket, waiting for the ball. Looked a little confused why it didn't come his way. It looked like the defense, which looks like man-to-man right now, was covering up pretty nicely. There's a shot from Johnson. He's going to overshoot that one by a good margin. It's picked up by Bell. Bell's going to feed it off to Shepard. Shepard dribbles left. Back to Bell at the top of the key, and he tries to pass to a player, loses the handle, and it rolls right to Mobs for Chattooga, and he goes the other way. Ball's picked off as he was trying to pass it away. Here comes D-man Floyd into the lane, tries to lay it in and gets fouled. Jared Gross, who is the head coach of Chattooga, doesn't like the call. But going to the free throw line is going to be D-man Floyd, who already has 2 points. Foul is going to be charged to Cash Allen. He picks up 2, and he's a guy that you're going to need if you're going to have success in this game. He's a big presence for this team. There's a free throw shot good for D-Man Floyd. Floyd is going to get ready for his next free throw. Good crowd tonight, considering 25% capacity is the rule, but certainly not what we're used to. The next shot is going to rattle around and finally go in, and we got to, I think it should be tied right now, but it shows 10-9. Here comes Chattooga on the other end. 56 seconds left to go on the clock. Allen's got the ball. He goes in and lays it in. That's 2 more points for Chattooga. Cash Allen having a big first quarter. Darlington having a hard time with him. 45 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Shepard with it, feeds it off to Kaiser on the left wing side. Now back over to D-Man and back up top. Here's Kaiser, 4-3, in and out, no good. We're at the 34-second mark. Darlington with the ball, and the putback is going to go for Mr. DJ Johnson with 5 points in the first quarter. That's going to make it 12-11 here as time is getting close to expiring here with our first quarter. Indians on top by 1. Chattooga with the ball. Smith. 12-11 your score. Damian Smith up top with it. 10 seconds. Looks like Chattooga is going to battle for this last shot of the first quarter. 5 seconds. They better make a move now. Cash Allen with the basketball. 2 seconds. Tries to put it up. Blocked by DJ Johnson at the buzzer. And the score remains in favor of the Indians. So Chattooga 12, Darlington 11 in the boys championship game. We've got 3 quarters to go. We'll get to the second quarter when we come back in 1 minute. We resume play, just starting the second quarter. Chattooga 12, Darlington 11. Chattooga with the basketball to start this quarter. And right now, Damian Smith with it's going to feed it off to the right wing side and mobs. Now back to Kasha Allen. Now over into the corner. No look there, so they'll feed it back up to Johnson. Johnson dribbles to the top of the key. Leaving it there for Riley. Back to Johnson, goes in, shoots, challenges a couple of defenders. Allen tries to get it back to the rack. There's a long three-point shot off the front of the rim. Allen with it again, backs his way in, challenged by DJ Johnson. Blocks the shot, but makes a little bit of contact, I believe, with his body. And that's going to put Allen at the free throw line. He's got 7 points in the game, leads all scorers. And that young man is a good basketball player. He is a senior this year. They're going to hate to see him go at the end of the year. But hoping for a big senior season with this team. The shot is in and out. No good there for Allen. DJ Johnson has his first foul. And we get ready for Allen's next free throw. 7:24 left to go in our first half of play. Indians looking to add to their lead, and they do with that second free throw from Allen. Made one of the pair, and now the Indians up by 2, 13-11 over the Tigers. Tigers with the ball, D-Man. Going to give it over to Kaiser. Kaiser on the right wing side. Now he feeds it down low to DJ Johnson, and he will go up to the rack and lay it in. So 13 all. We've got a tie ball game with 7:02 left to go in the second. Johnson with the ball now for Chattooga on the other end. Allen trying to back his way in. He does, dodges a couple of defenders and puts it in. And so that'll get 2 more points and a 3-point opportunity here for the Chattooga Indians. And the foul is going to be charged to Caleb Kaiser, his first of the game. So Allen back at the free throw line with a three-point opportunity. The shot is on the way, and that will rattle in. And now the score is going to move. I think it's 17-13. Anyway, Darlington with the basketball. They'll dribble across the timeline. Now dribbling right. They'll leave it off for Braden Bell. Bell with it. Now he passes it off to the right wing side. Back in to Floyd. Jackson Floyd, and it's going to be a miss. Rebound taken by Chattooga. Chattooga with the ball. Now they go in with Damian Smith. They kick it back out to Johnson. Johnson drives into the low block, puts up a quick jump shot, no good. And the rebound's taken by Bell. They'll feed it down for Kaiser on the right wing. He goes in, shoots, and that is going to be an offensive foul charged against Kaiser for the Darlington Tigers in the turnover. Chattooga would lead it 12-11 at the end of our first quarter. You've had 4 points from Cash. So it is 16-13. Indians on top right now of the Darlington Tigers. We got a tight contest so far. Asa Shepard inbounds the ball to Kaiser. Right there is Johnson right at around midcourt as they pass back to Shepard, crossing that timeline. Now back to the right wing side. Fakes, goes in. It's going to pass it out to Shepard. Three-point look, and it's going to be a miss. Allen picks up the rebound. And now Mobbs has got it as he goes across the center court line. Feeds it down low. Smith off the back. No, actually that was Riley off the backboard and in. And that's going to make it a 5-point game, 18-13. Chattooga on top. 5:30. Tigers and Indians playing tonight. D-Man with it for the Tigers. Ball's knocked away by Jalen Johnson for Chattooga. Darlington picks it back up, and Braden Bell. And it looks like we're going to have a foul that's going to be charged on Johnson. And if it is Johnson, I got him with 2 fouls already. Yeah, it is. So right now on the floor for Darlington, about to inbound the ball is going to be Braden Bell. You also have Kaiser, Shelley, Jackson Floyd, and D-Man Floyd. For Chattooga, you got Jalen Johnson, Mobbs, Allen, and then you've got Smith and Riley. Darlington with the ball up top. Now they're going to pass it to Kaiser. Three-point look in and out. That one looked like it was going to go, but it didn't. Picking it up is going to be Damian Smith for Chattooga at the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. This game's going by quick. 18-13, 5-point lead here for the Indians over the Tigers in the championship game. There's a shot from the free throw line and nothing but net from Mr. Smith, Damian Smith. And that is going to make it a 7-point ball game. Indians on top 20-13. Shelley with it, feeds it off to the right wing side to Braden Bell. Braden Bell looking, finds Kaiser. He's now going to back up around the center court line and reset that offense for the Darlington Tigers. Tigers going to dribble to the right. They pass it down the sideline over to Bell. Now back up top to Jackson Floyd. He gets it in the hands of D-Man Floyd. Now up top to Shelley. Back outside to Kaiser, who drives the baseline, kicks it out to Bell, back to the baseline, back to Kaiser. He'll take a couple steps forward, puts up the shot. It won't go. Jackson Floyd tries to pass it out to Braden Bell. Jalen Johnson quickly reacts, gets his hand in there and deflects it out of bounds. So the score is 20-13 in favor of Chattooga. 4:05 left to go here in the first half, and we get ready for D-Man Floyd to inbound the ball here for the Tigers. We have a substitution in for the Tigers. Trying to pick up who it is. Hang on just a moment. Now they'll work it around the perimeter. Asa Shepard's in the game. Shot up, no good for D-Man. Ball is going to be picked up by Johnson of the Chattooga Indians. Gives it to Damian Smith, who drives towards the paint, steps back, shoots, and that one's going to rattle around. But there to clean it up is going to be Cash Allen, who's having a massive first half, helping his team to a 22-13 lead. They're up by 9, largest lead of the night. 3:40 left here first half. Shelley in, puts it off the glass, can't get it to go, and there's going to be a foul charged as Cash Allen hits the deck. Checking in for Darlington is going to be DJ Johnson. The foul was against Darlington. So Johnson will inbound the ball Quickly, Moms gives it back to him. Johnson dribbles to the right side. He's being guarded by D-Man Floyd. Across the timeline he goes, dribbles to the left, kicks it out to Damian Smith. Smith drives towards the lane, feeds it to Mobbs. Quick look at a three. That one's off the mark. Picked up on the rebound by DJ Johnson. Patrick Shelley with the ball across the timeline, dribbles between his legs over to Shepard. Shepard back out to D-Man. D-Man dribbling, going towards the lane, puts up a shot from the free throw line, in and out, no good. Rebound's going to be taken by Trey Smith. Smith is in turn going to give it to Damian Smith. Actually, that wasn't Trey, that was Riley, L.A. Riley. Ball goes out of bounds on Chattooga, so Darlington's going to inbound the ball. And if you're tuning in on the radio now, 22-13, Chattooga over Darlington here in the boys championship round. 2:52 left, 30-second timeout on WLAQ and the video stream. .252 remains in our opening half here of the boys championship. Right now, Chattooga Indians having a great first half, up 22-13, but I suspect the Darlington Tigers will certainly have something to say about it. Just having a hard time getting going against the Chattooga defense. D-Man Floyd with it, dribbles between his legs. Shepard goes towards the basket, tries to lay it in, and here is the putback from DJ Johnson. It won't go, but he's going to the free throw line. DJ's been there once before, converting a three-point play in the first quarter. And so he has an opportunity here to help his team cut into this Chattooga lead, which right now is up to 9, 22-13, 2:28 left, second quarter. Here's DJ Johnson, shot on the way, and that's going to be in and out. He'll get ready for his second free throw. The foul was on L.A. Riley of Chattooga. And DJ dribbles a couple of times, spins the ball, and puts it up. And that was going to be short. L.A. Riley there for the rebound. After the missed free throw, gives it to Damian Smith, who's going to bring it up the floor here for Chattooga. Closing in on that 2-minute mark of the first half. Chattooga's going to have it on the right wing side. Now back up top. L.A. Riley going to give it to Damian Smith. He'll go to the top of the key. Now dribbles in towards the paint. Takes a couple steps back out around the perimeter. Shoots, misses. DJ Johnson battles for the rebound. Boxes out. Gives it to D-Man Floyd. And here we go the other way. Darlington with the ball across the timeline. Out to Braden Bell. Three-point look. Buries it. Braden Bell for three. His first basket of the night. He had 9 points against Pepperell last night. Having a big tournament. That's going to cut it to a 6-point game. 22-16, Indians over the Tigers here in the championship game. Cash Allen with it. He'll set up the offense. Now Johnson with it at about midcourt. Makes a move off the left wing side. Passes it to Mobbs. Now back up top. Smith fakes off Patrick Shelley. Shoots. That's going to be off the back of the rim and off the backboard and into the hands of Asa Shepard for Darlington. D-Man now for Darlington across the timeline. Goes right into the paint. Shoots. Misses. And that is going to be an offensive foul that is going to go against D-Man Floyd. They say that the defensive player had his feet set. So Jalen Johnson to inbound the ball now for the Chattooga Indians. Gets it to Damian Smith. A little bit of pressure now from Kaiser of the Darlington Tigers, dribbling behind his back as Smith gets a pick set from Riley, feeds it out to Mobbs, fakes, goes in, kicks it out to Allen, who drives the lane, passes it to Riley off the glass, can't get it to go. Cash is going to clean it up there with a follow-up and get some more points. So 24-16, back to an 8-point lead for Chattooga. 40 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Darlington's got the ball. They go in with Patrick Shelley, tries to lay it in, and he's going to go back to the free throw line, or I should say to the free throw line for the first time in this game. He hasn't been there yet. So Shelley shooting 2 after the second foul of the night for L.A. Riley for Chattooga. The shot is up and in. Shelley, a good free throw shooter. I don't know his percentages for the season, but I would imagine it's a pretty high percentage. Next free throw's on the way. I didn't mean to jinx him. It's going to be pulled down by Cash Allen after the missed free throw for Shelley. 30 ticks on the clock. Indians up by 7, 24-17 over the Tigers. Damian Smith with it. He's going to dribble to the left. Feeds it off to Jalen Johnson. Johnson down to Allen. Allen challenges the defender, and a step-back jump shot is going to be missed, but he's going to the free throw line. No, actually, they're saying that's on the floor. So Jalen Johnson is set to inbound the basketball. And DJ Johnson was charged with the foul off the inbound pass. Allen scores. Johnson got it to him, and he was able to cash it in. Pardon the pun. 5 seconds. There's a shot there for the Darlington Tigers. And that was Kaiser who made that shot, his second of the night as time expires to end the first half. So right now at halftime, it's the Chattooga Indians 26, Darlington Tigers 19. We're going to step out for a few minutes. We'll come back and talk over the first half after these messages on WLAQ.
This year's event sponsor is Riverside Auto Group. At Riverside Auto Group, we make it easy, with locations in Cartersville and Rome. Additional sponsors include Waters and Associates Landscaping, Summit Hill Foods, Hardy Realty, and the Lewis Chemical Company. Beneficiaries of this year's tournament are the Boys and Girls Clubs of Northwest Georgia, local high school athletic programs, student scholarships at Georgia Highlands College, International Student Scholarship at Berry College, the new Learning Center at Anna K. Davey Elementary School, Laws of Life Essay Contest at Rome High School. Region 1 Star Student Teacher Recognition Program. Georgia Northwestern Technical College Student and Faculty of the Year. Rome Floyd County Respect for Law Awards, a partnership with the Noon Optimist Club honoring local law enforcement officers. Ticket sales to this year's event were greatly reduced because of COVID-19 capacity restrictions. To help offset the costs of this year's tournament, please consider making a charitable donation to the Seven Hills Rotary Club. You can donate using the Venmo app on your smart device. Simply download the app and create an account. Then search for @Seven Hills Rotary Club and make your donation. See the description below for additional details. Thank you for watching this broadcast and for supporting the Seven Hills Rotary Club and its beneficiaries.
Just having a whale of a first half. Cash Allen, Darlington hadn't found an answer for him yet. He's got 17 points by himself there in that first half of play. So again, Chattooga 26, Darlington 20. Earlier in the evening, we had the girls' championship. To kind of recap that a little bit, at the end of the first quarter, Rome Lady Wolves had a 1-point lead over Darlington. As a matter of fact, they took the lead at the buzzer there at the end of that first quarter on a shot, I believe it was from Nation, to put them on top. And then after that, it was essentially all Rome Lady Wolves the rest of the way. They would cruise to a 54-33 victory and hoist the gold ball for the first time since 2017, and now they have 12 gold balls in girls basketball in Rome history. So congratulations again to the Rome Lady Wolves on their victorious evening here in the tournament after winning 3 games in 3 nights, which is obviously something that's tough to do, to play that many basketball games in as many nights. So again, congratulations to the Rome Lady Wolves on picking up the gold ball. Well, who's it going to be between the Darlington Tigers and the Chattooga Indians? It's a 6-point game. I'd say that's anybody's ball game. So we've got 4 minutes until we start the second half, the last half here of this tournament. We're going to send it back to the studio for a 3.5-minute break, and we'll be right back on WLAQ and the live video stream for the second half. Well, the halftime break is set to conclude in about 50 seconds, and so we're going to be back underway with the final half of basketball for the 67th annual Christmas tournament here hosted at Armurchie High School. Definitely want to take the opportunity here to acknowledge the administration here at Armurchie High School. Of course, Principal Road Armor and everybody else here at Armurchie High School for what they've done to host this tournament. Obviously, the Rotary Club that works on this tournament every year and has for a while now, the Rome News-Tribune, and then also the video crew that's here tonight. David Corbin, Nathan Patterson, got some good young help throughout the tournament each night. It's had a different group with them, and so it's been a lot of fun to work with all of the folks here tonight to have the broadcast on the radio and on the video stream. Darlington starts off on offense, trailing by 6, and that's going to help a lot. Braden Bell hits a long 3 to start off the scoring here in this second half. And that is going to be a travel called on Cash Allen as he fell backwards with the ball on the floor. And now we got a 3-point ball game after that 3-point shot from Bell. So that is huge. A huge way for Darlington to start this second half. Now they've got the ball after the turnover, trying to grab a little momentum here early in this half. Shelley over to Kaiser. Kaiser's picked up by Mobs for Chattooga. There's Shepard. Nobody picked him up. That's a long 3. It's no good, and the rebound's going to be taken by Cash Allen. He will box out and get everybody away. Johnson is going to bring it down the floor now for Chattooga. Chattooga up by 3, 7-11 left to go in the third quarter. Johnson dribbles into the paint and tries to finger roll it in, and he's going to be fouled. So we're going to see Johnson go into the charity stripe. The shot did not go. Foul is going to be charged to Caleb Kaiser. That's going to be his second. And we're going to see Jalen Johnson at the free throw line shooting 2. It's his first trip to the line. Shot is on the way, and it is good. He'll get ready for the second, and that brings the lead back to 27-23 in favor of Chattooga. Chattooga getting ready to shoot. Here's Johnson. Again, he makes 2 free throws in a row. That'll bring the lead back up to 5. 7:04 left to go third quarter. Kaiser's going to bring it across the timeline now for Darlington. He's going to give it off to Patrick Shelley. Now back over to Kaiser. Kaiser going to drive towards the lane, feed it back out to Bell. Long 3-point look, left it off the front of the rim. Now dribbling is White. White's going to leave it off for Jalen Johnson. Johnson across the timeline, goes off to that right wing side on the far side, picks up his dribble into Cash. He's double teamed. They feed it out for Johnson. He's wide open. In and out, no good. There's Shelley for the rebound. Shelley across the timeline for Darlington. Drives into the low block, shoots off the glass and hard. And let's see what the call is. It's going to be against Chattooga. We're going to see Patrick Shelley going to the free throw line. Shelley's 1 of 2 from the charity stripe so far in this game. Foul was charged against Damian Smith, his first of the game. Each team has a foul here in the second half. That's hard off the back of the iron. Shelley gets ready for his next free throw. And the next shot is on the way. He's going to make this one, and now he's 50% from the line, 2 of 4. That'll cut it back to 4. Indians 28, Tigers 24, boys championship game. We're in the third quarter, 6:20 left to go in this quarter. Smith trying to work around some defense. They're going to, I believe, charge Kaiser with a reach-in foul. And that is his third of the night. Johnson to feed it in here for the Chattooga Indians. He's going to get it into Damian Smith, who's being guarded right now by D-Man Floyd of the Darlington Tigers. Chattooga working right to left, gives it to Mobs, 3-point shot. That's his first basket of the game and a big one. 31-24 your score, Indians on top. Darlington with the ball. They'll feed it out to D-Man Floyd, in and out. There is Patrick Shelley around the rim to clean it up. 31-26, back to a 5-point game. Jalen Johnson. They're going to get it into Cash Allen. A little bit of pressure from Darlington. They'll drop back as Jalen Johnson gets ready to cross the center court stripe. Now he dribbles between his legs, looks off to the right side, being guarded by Patrick Shelley. Shelley's going to follow him over to the right wing into Cash Allen, and he will score. Allen had 17 points in the first half. Now he's up to 19 after that basket. Right wing side is Shepard. Shepard back to D-Man Floyd. Wide open three, and he buries it. D-Man Floyd. Now they'll go the other way. Floyd now with 6 points in the game. Chattooga with it. It's a 4-point ball game. 33-29, Indians on top of the Tigers. Jalen Floyd feeds it into Cash Allen. Allen posts up, puts up the shot, and he travels. I think he thought he was getting ready to go to the stripe for a 3-point play. Instead, it's a turnover and no points, and Darlington's got the ball, trying to swing that momentum. Here's Asa Shepard being guarded by Smith. They run down the sidelines on the far side. Kept it in bounds. Ball goes out. Last touch by Chattooga. Substitution coming in for Darlington. Mumber checks out. DJ Johnson checks in. So now for Darlington, Johnson, also Bell, Shelley, Shepard, and D-Man Floyd, the man shooting a three, in and out for Chattooga. Cash Allen gets the rebound. So you've got Allen, also Damian Smith, Jalen Johnson, L.A. Riley, and Mobbs on the floor right now. Brody Mobbs. Jalen Johnson dribbles to the right side, gives it to Damian Smith. Smith is going to set up the offense here now for Chattooga. It's a 4-point game, 33-29. Thought we'd get a good one. We are. Still a long way to go. We got a quarter and a half left to play. Damian Smith with it, feeds it down low to Cash Allen, and he is going to be fouled going to the free throw line. And really for Chattooga in this game, Cash Allen underneath has been the recipe. He's got 19 points, I believe all of them in the paint, and he's gotten himself to the free throw line a few times in this basketball game. And here comes the free throw shot. Whoa, left that one way short. That's going to get some reaction from the other side and the Darlington fans. Of course, if it happened to one of the Darlington players, they'd get it from this side too. That's just part of the deal. And we're going to have a timeout. So we're going to take one as well. 4:04 left to go here in the third quarter. Chattooga up 33-29 over Darlington. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Well, we're back here on the broadcast from Almerchi High School, the 67th annual Seven Hills Rotary Rome News Tribune Christmas basketball tournament. The Chattooga Indians are on top right now by 4. They've led most of the way. 33-29 is your score. Had a pretty late night last night. We had 4 games. Got home about 11 o'clock. Ate a can of SpaghettiOs. I think tonight I'm going to upgrade and grab some fast food on the way home. Living in the lap of luxury. Cash Allen getting set to shoot his final free throw of this pair. Missed the first one, and here comes the second. That one he's a little bit closer, but a miss. Patrick Shelley is going to pick up the rebound for Darlington. He'll head the other way. Now he dribbles between the legs, leaves it for Braden Bell. 3-point look and drains it. Get that man the ball. He's got 3 threes tonight in a hot hand. And that cuts it to 1, 33-32, 3:46 left to go here in the third quarter. Chattooga is going to dribble it down the floor, down towards the low block, putting it up. It is no good. Ball is going to be fought for underneath, a scrum. And what is the call going to be? It is going to be Darlington's ball. So the Tigers are all set to inbound the ball. They've got some momentum right now. The score at halftime was 26-19 in favor of Chattooga. And right now it's a 1-point ball game. Darlington's battled back in this quarter. Darlington with the ball. They try to pass it out to the left wing side, but Damian Smith cuts off the passing lane and grabs the ball for a turnover. Jalen Johnson back to Smith. He drives towards the lane, shoots a shot from the free throw line off the front of the iron. It goes out of bounds. Last touched. I believe L.A. Riley clipped the ball, and so the Tigers are going to get it back. 3:12 left, third quarter. Patrick Shelley feeds it in to Braden Bell. Braden Bell back to Shelley as they get ready to cross the center court line. Bell back to Shelley, tossing it back and forth. Now they get it to Shepard. Good ball movement, but the three-point shot's going to be a miss. The putback won't go for D-Man, but he is going to go to the line with an opportunity for some free throws. Foul's going to be charged to Jalen Johnson. He just picked up his third. Second team foul for the Indians here in the second half. We've got just less than 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter, and Darlington, with D-Man Floyd on the line, could tie it up if he makes this first shot. If he makes both, they'll take the lead. And Darlington has not had the lead in this basketball game. Here's the shot. That's going to be off the rim. No good. He gets ready for the second shot. And again, if he makes this one, we're going to have a tie ball game. And let's see. The ball's on the way, and he makes it. So we are all knotted up at 33 apiece with 2:56 left to go in the third quarter after that free throw from D-Man Floyd. Chattooga on the other end. They give it out to Mobbs. Decided not to shoot. He was guarded by Bell. Drives towards the basket, and he travels. So that's going to be a turnover here for Chattooga. And it really feels like right now Darlington has the momentum in their favor. And again, it was 26-19 at halftime. Right now we're all tied up at 33 all. Braden Bell leaves it for Patrick Shelley. Shelley to D-Man Floyd, now over to Asa Shepard. Darlington opting for some ball movement. There's a shot from almost to the free throw line. That was DJ Johnson picking up another basket. He's got 9 points, and Darlington has their first lead of the basketball game. Darlington up 35-33 with 2:20 left to go in the third period. Jalen Johnson feeds it in here for Chattooga. They get it back to Damian Smith. Smith across the timeline after taking it in the backcourt. Now he's going to give it over to Mobbs over on that right wing side, standing in front of the official and the Chattooga bench. He'll try to feed it back out to Damian Smith, but got away from him on the pass, and Smith made a great effort trying to grab it, but he just couldn't quite get it within his reach. And we're going to have a timeout. Jared Gross calls one. He wants to reel in the troops here and see if they can kind of regroup. So right now, Darlington up by 2, 35-33 over the Chattooga Indians. 2:04 left, third quarter. We'll be back after a 30-second timeout. Tigers feed it in, leading 35-33, took the lead at the 2:20 mark of this quarter, the third quarter. D-Man's got it. Floyd, he's going to put up a jump shot, and that's in and out. Rebound's going to be taken by Cash Allen after a battle between him and DJ Johnson. I think another young man was in there as well. Damian Smith's got it. He's around center court with it, dribbles left, gives it to Jalen Johnson. Pace of this game starting to pick up a little bit. L.A. Riley, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul that's going to be charged against Darlington. I think they got Asa Shepard with that one. Yeah, they do. Johnson will toss it in, gets it in to Damian Smith. We're almost, not quite, about 30 seconds away from the 1 minute mark of the third quarter. Hard to believe we're almost down to the final quarter of basketball of this tournament. Mobbs with it. Going to leave it for Smith over on the left wing side. Now back up to Brody Mobbs. Mobbs at the top of the key, gives it to Damian Smith. Smith dribbles back towards the center court line. Now gives it to Mobbs, who's on the right wing, dribbles up top of the key and picks up his pivot foot. That is going to be a turnover. So Darlington gets the ball back with a 2-point, 35-33 lead with 1:08 left to go in the third quarter. D-man Floyd's going to bring it down the floor for the Tigers across the timeline. He's trapped in the corner. It's going to be stolen away from Mobbs as Floyd was trying to pass it away. There's a shot off the glass and in for L.A. Riley. He's got 7 points now in this game. That's his first basket of the third quarter. We've got 45 seconds left to go here of this third quarter. Now they get it over to the corner to Shepard. Almost trapped, and it looks like he must have stepped on the line. And that'll be a turnover for the Darlington Tigers. Jalen Johnson will inbound the ball, gets it to Damian Smith. 35 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Let's see what Chattooga will do with 32 seconds to go in the quarter, trailing, actually tied up. There's a long three-point look, and he buries it. That was a big-time shot by Damian Smith. 38-35 is your score in favor of the Indians. Tigers with it. Dribbling is Braden Bell. 10.8 seconds left to go here in this third quarter of play. Hope everyone's having a great night, enjoying the broadcast, whether on the radio or the video stream. We're glad to have you with us. Here's Patrick Shelley, feeds it out to DJ Johnson, and for three, no good. Jalen picks it up, throws it down the floor at the end of the buzzer, and at the end of the third quarter, it is 38-35. The Chattooga Indians are on top as we get ready for the final 8 minutes of basketball here from Armuchee High School in the Christmas tournament. We'll send it back to the studio for a 1 minute break. And we're back here inside the Armuchee Gymnasium. Beautiful facility. It's been a great tournament the last 3 days, and it looks like it has gone pretty smoothly for everybody. But right now the Indians are on top, 38-35 as we start the final 8 minutes of basketball. Cash Allen with it over on the left wing side. He is going to feed it back out to Damian Smith. Smith dribbling at the timeline between his legs, gives it off to Mobbs on that right wing. Now back over to Smith, back to Mobbs. Mobbs is in front of the Chattooga bench on the far side. On the right wing side, they give it to Cash Allen. Challenges down low, tries to strongly put it in. It didn't go. It's picked up by Darlington. Diving forward is Cash Allen. He picks it up and travels. As the fans on the opposite side from where we're sitting, the Darlington fans rejoice, and the fans on this side kind of grumble a bit. It's 50-50 where they're going to like the calls. That's always the way it works out. 38-35, Indians up by 3. There's a three-point look, and that is going to tie it up. Asa Shepard for 3 here in the fourth quarter. We're back to where we started, 38 all, 7:09 left in the ball game. Here comes Chattooga on the other end, and off the glass for Damian Smith. He's going to the charity stripe for a three-point play opportunity. Man, what an interesting game this has been. So Smith at the free throw line with a three-point opportunity. And here comes the shot. It is on the way, and it is good. So he does convert. And now it's a 41-38 game, a three-point ball game. Thanks for being with us tonight. We sure are enjoying broadcasting this game for you. Darlington with the ball. They're going to feed it down low to DJ Johnson. Johnson to Patrick Shelley. Tries to put it up on a reverse layup. It's no good. Cash Allen grabs the rebound. And here we come back the other way. Smith across the timeline over to Brody Mobbs. Long three-point look. And that is nothing but net for Mobbs. He's picked up 2 threes in the game. And now Chattooga back to a 44-38 lead. Darlington with it. Dribbles up top. Now over to Braden Bell. Braden Bell dribbling around. Gives it back to Kaiser. Three-point look. No good. A long rebound for Bell. Keeps it in over on the sidelines on the far side. Darlington working left to right. They're on their own side of the floor. Shelley with a nice spin move. Trying to shoot. And a foul is called on the floor, so the Darlington Tigers are going to inbound the ball here in just a moment. 6-point ball game. Chattooga 44, Darlington 38. They get it into Patrick Shelley. Shelley out to Shepard. Long three. That's no good. Had a good look there, just couldn't bury it. Ball is going to be picked up by Damian Smith. Smith is going to take it across the center court stripe. Now he goes off to the far side, over into the right wing side. Now back up to Mobbs. Mobbs drives the lane. Nice pass down low to L.A. Riley. And there's going to be a foul that's going to be charged against the Darlington Tigers. But it was a good foul. It prevented a good open look underneath. So Jalen Johnson to feed it in here for the Chattooga Indians. He gets it into Cash Allen. Now back out to Damian Smith. We're at the 5:44 mark. Chattooga with the ball and a 6-point lead. Shot is up. No, not going to go on that one. And the ball is going to be turned over. It's going to go to the Tigers. Tigers tied the game up with 2:56 left in the third quarter. But right now, Chattooga's back to a 6-point lead. Across the timeline goes Kaiser. He gives it to Braden Bell. Braden Bell to Patrick Shelley. Back to Bell. Right now, Darlington setting up what they're going to do offensively as Shelley dribbles between his legs. Bell makes a move down to Shelley off the glass and in and one. So Patrick Shelley has now got 6 points, and he's got an opportunity to make it 7 with a 3-point play, and that cuts it to 4 as far as the deficit's concerned here for the Darlington Tigers. So Chattooga 44, Darlington 40 here in the boys championship game. Who's going to get this gold ball? We're going to know in 5:16. The lapses from the clock, and Shelley converts on the 3-point play. Chattooga gets ready to inbound the ball. It's a 3-point game. 44-41, Darlington trails Chattooga. Damian Smith with it, dribbling, being guarded by Kaiser right now for Darlington. Smith goes around his defender, puts up a jump shot, and scores. Damian Smith now has 10 points in the game, 46-41, 5-point lead for Chattooga. Darlington with the ball. Shepard to Shelley, back to Shepard, 3-point look created. That's not going to fall for him, though, and the rebound's going to be taken by Brody Mobbs, who's going to feed it out to Damian Smith. They'll slow it up as they get ready to cross over center court stripe. Smith over to the right wing, and now back out to Damian Smith. He drives towards the lane, kicks it out to Mobbs, 3-point lit. That's going to be off the front of the rim, but Cash Allen is there to pick up the rebound, and the putback is going to rattle around the rim, and finally it's going to fall in. So Cash Allen now leads everybody in scoring with 21 points, and the Indians back to a 7-point lead. We literally have half a quarter left here in the tournament. 48-41, Chattooga with the lead. They try to pass it back out. Darlington does, and the ball goes out of bounds. So that is going to be a timeout. We're going to do the same thing. 3:56 left to play here in regulation. Chattooga Indians up 48-41 over the Darlington Tigers. We're going to step out for a 30-second timeout. Chattooga set to inbound the ball right next to the Darlington bench. We have 3:56 left to play here in the game and the tournament. Chattooga 48, Darlington 41, and receiving the inbound pass in the backcourt is going to be Damian Smith. He goes across the 10-second line. Now Smith dribbles to the right, feeds it to Mobbs, who takes a few steps forwards, puts a shot up and misses. Patrick Shelley's there to pull down the rebound. He'll go across the timeline here for Darlington. Shelley into the paint, jump shot, misses, but he is going to go to the free throw line. So a good opportunity here for the Tigers with Shelley going to the stripe to get some points with the clock stop with time trickling down here in the fourth quarter, 3:31. So Shelley at the line shooting 2 after being fouled by Cash Allen. And one of the significant parts of that, he missed the free throw, by the way, is Cash has just picked up his 4th foul, and he's been a force in this game. He's got 21 points and leads all scorers, and he's been hard to handle. Of course, he's hard to handle for any defense. Here's Shelley with a second free throw. He's going to make that one. And now it's a 6-point, 2-score game, 48-42, 2-possession game. Johnson feeds it in to Allen. Allen back to Johnson. A little bit of pressure here from Darlington. They will drop back as Jalen Johnson gets ready to cross the center court stripe. Dribbles between his legs. Now goes towards the right wing side. Works his way around Shelley. Shoots. There's a collision down there underneath the basket. And there's going to be a foul charged, I believe, against Chattooga. And grabbing that foul is going to be Jalen Johnson. And he's picked up, I believe, his final foul of the night. So he's going to go take a seat for the rest of the way. And he's kind of hanging his head right now. That young man's had a great tournament, scored 12 points in Chattooga's victory over Rome yesterday. And I can only imagine the emotions you feel as a player when you foul out with a 2-score game and you want to be out there to help your team. That's tough. I feel bad for that young man. Kaiser's got it, feeds it to Braden Bell. Shot is up and in. Buries the 3. Braden Bell, he's made 4 shots, all 3s. He's got 12 points, and that cuts it to a 1-score game, 48-45. Chattooga on top. Chattooga on the other end. Allen with it in his hands. Smith has got it now. Damian Smith. He'll drive towards that right wing side, feeding it off to Trey Smith. And now Trey trying to get it back over to Damian Smith, and Kaiser's going to pick up a foul. I got Kaiser with 4. Yep, that's what it shows on the scoreboard now. So going to inbound the ball here for Chattooga is going to be Trey Smith, the sophomore. And Trey is going to toss it in the backcourt to Damian Smith. 48-45, Indians on top. 3-point game, 2:30 left. There's a shot for Damian Smith. He's having a heck of a game, too. He's got 12 points, and that brings it back to a 5-point game. Kaiser dribbling down on the baseline, tries to feed it back into a teammate, and the pass is picked off by Cash Allen. He gives it back to Damian Smith, who goes across half court. And now he's going to pick up his dribble, fling it back out to Cash over into the corner. There's Trey Smith, 3-point look. And there is a rebound taken by D-Man Floyd, and Darlington on the other end of the floor already. Under 2 minutes to play, it's a 5-point game. Darlington with the basketball, and one of the things, well, they kick it back out. Here's a 3-point look. It's in and out. Won't fall. Rebound taken by Chattooga with 1:44 left to go in a 5-point game in favor of the Indians. Damian Smith's got it. Mumber comes out with Floyd. trying to guard him. They work around the defense. There's Mobbs all along for three. Going to leave that one short. Gets his own rebound off the long bounce off the rim. Allen posts up, shoots, misses. Mobbs fights for the rebound, but the ball gets deflected, ends up in the hands of Patrick Shelley. And Shelley gets it to Braden Bell, who buries a three. He's a big part of the story tonight. He's got 15 points, has knocked down 5 threes in this basketball game, and we got a 2-point game with 1:13 left to go. Chattooga Indians 50, Darlington Tigers 48. We'll step out for a 30-second timeout. Don't go anywhere. This one's going to have a great finish. Braden Bell, just before the timeout, hit a three-point shot to bring the Tigers within 3 with 1:13 left to go here in this final quarter of play. We told you before the game started this one had the makings of a good one, and boy, is this basketball game delivering on a high level. And it looks like this tournament is going to go down to the wire here in the boys bracket. This is when it gets fun, folks. This is what basketball is all about. You go to as many games as you possibly can, hoping you will get one like this. Brody Mobbs set to inbound the ball for the Chattooga Indians. Full court press here from the Tigers. They'll drop back as Mobbs goes across the timeline. Now back out to Damian Smith. Two great teams duking it out for the gold ball. Darlington hadn't had one since 2006. It's been a bit longer for Chattooga, 1986, although they haven't played in the tournament as much as the Darlington Tigers have. Trey Smith about to inbound the ball for Chattooga on their side of the floor. They'll get it into Cash Allen. Braden Bell gets his hands in there and knocks it out of bounds. This has been a fun tournament and a fun game. And I'm so happy that we're going to get to cap it off with a great game. Leave the fans wanting some more and looking forward to next year and also the rest of the basketball season. I mean, these teams are just getting started, especially this year. This team's got a late start, and a lot of teams have had a hard time scheduling games early on. Brody Mobbs is set to toss it in here and set up this Chattooga offense. They get it into Trey Smith, who leaves it for Damian Smith, and he gets nearly clotheslined, and that is going to be a foul against the Darlington Tigers. So we're going to see Chattooga inbound the ball, and that's going to be the 5th foul, I believe, there for Caleb Kaiser. He's still on the floor. Yeah, now he's going to come out. So that's the end of the night for Kaiser. Checking into the game is going to be Asa Shepard. So we've already seen 2 players foul out, one for Chattooga, Johnson, and then one for Darlington, Caleb Kaiser. Mobbs with it. We've got 45 seconds left to go. 2-point game. Indians with the ball and the lead. Now they feed it over to Trey Smith. Diving on top of Smith is going to be D-Man Floyd. And he kind of went to leap up, I believe, trying to block a shot because he thought that Smith was about to shoot. And right at that moment, he went forward and Floyd kind of bounced into him. So I don't think that was intentional, but going to the line is going to be Trey Smith, and this is a big opportunity for Chattooga. Floyd just picked up his 4th foul. Here comes the shot, and it is good. That's a big free throw right there for Chattooga. They've got a 3-point lead now, and if he can make this one, it will make it a two-possession game. So again, this is Trey Smith at the free throw line. He sinks them both. So that is going to make it a 52-48 game with 40.4 seconds left on the clock. after Smith for Chattooga made the free throw. So we're going to have a timeout. We're going to keep it right here for this one. Don't want to miss any of this action. So still anybody's ball game right now. The Indians have a 52-48 lead after the 2 free throws were made by Trey. And this is our last night of the Christmas tournament. Earlier tonight, we saw the Rome Lady Wolves pick up their first tournament win since 2017 by picking up a win 54-33 over the Darlington Lady Tigers. Those two teams played each other last year, and Darlington ended up winning that game last year, so Rome turned around and returned the favor this year. But it has been just such a good time to be at this tournament, and it's not in the books just yet. We got 40.4 seconds left to go, and potentially a really, really exciting finish, as it's just a 4-point game with 40.4 ticks left here on the scoreboard. If you're listening on the radio, make sure to stay tuned after the game. We're going to have some CBS Sports for you. I'm sure they're going to be talking some college football tonight, as tomorrow is championship weekend. You'll have the SEC championship going on. We'll have that for you on WLAQ. 5 o'clock pregame from the IMG Learfield Crimson Tide Radio Network as the Crimson Tide take on the Florida Gators. All right, Darlington with the ball to start the last seconds of the game. Shelley goes in, trying to lay it in. Couldn't get it to go, but he does get fouled, so he's got a big opportunity from the charity stripe here to cut into this 4-point lead with 31 seconds left to go. So 31.7 seconds. Patrick Shelley at the line. And if he makes them both, it's going to make it a 2-point game. Fans cheering on the other side as Cash Allen has just checked out of the game for the last time, picked up his 5th foul. So 2 players for Chattooga have fouled out, in and out. Been a physical game for sure. Jalen Johnson and Cash Allen. And that certainly puts Chattooga at a disadvantage, because those are 2 of the best players on the team, and the presence you get down low with Allen, you can't make up with anybody else. He missed the free throws. So the score is going to remain at 52-48. And now we're going on the other end as a foul was committed. Coming off the floor is going to be Mason McKenzie. Going to the free throw line is going to be L.A. Riley. And this is big. Shot is up. He's going to make it. So L.A. for free throws with 30.8 seconds left to go. He makes the first one. Now we get ready for the second. Second on the way. He makes that one as well. That's going to make it a 54-48 point game, and now some fans are going to start heading out. But it's not over yet, folks, let me tell you. 30 seconds left on the clock. Patrick Shelley with it, and they're going to kick it out. There's a 3-point look, and he buries it. Just told you it's not over yet, folks. Don't go anywhere. DJ Johnson is going to cut this to a 1-score game with 22.2 seconds left to go in the game. The Darlington Tigers do not get rattled in these types of situations. So we're going to keep it right here through the timeout. We have a timeout on the floor, 22.2 seconds left to go as DJ Johnson hits a 3 with 22.2 seconds left to go in the game after L.A. Riley had hit a couple of free throw shots that put his team up by 6 points. But a quick 3-point shot on the other end by DJ Johnson, and the Tigers are right back in it. What an interesting game this has been, and it's not over yet. And it's kind of interesting to watch the fans' reaction to that, because when L.A. Riley hit those 2 free throws, it wasn't a mass exodus for the exit, but you saw some people get up and start to leave because they thought the game was over. Well, the folks that got up to leave, they're standing over there by the door. They saw what happened. They know this thing's not over yet. So Brody Mobbs is going to inbound the ball here for Chattooga. And pressure here from Darlington. They get it in, And quickly, Darlington's going to foul. Asa Shepard picks up the foul, and that's going to put Chattooga at the free throw line here with 20.4 seconds left on the clock. As everybody walks slowly down the floor. 2 players have fouled out for Chattooga. Jalen Johnson and also Cash Allen, 1 for Darlington. Caleb Kaiser. And Damian Smith is going to the free throw line here for Chattooga. Free throw shooting big here in the contest. Shot is up, rattles off the rim, no good. Darlington fans celebrate on the other side. Can Smith put this through the hole right here and make it a 4-point game again? If he can, that would be huge for the efforts here from the Chattooga Indians trying to get their first gold ball since 1986. Now that's not after consecutive tries. Shot is on the way, and it is good. And that's a huge free throw there for Damian Smith. Smith makes 1 of 2. Now 20.4 seconds left to go on the clock and another timeout, but we're going to keep it right here. 55-51, a 4-point game. Still enough time on the clock here for the Darlington Tigers to make a run and try to pick up a victory in this basketball game. It is not settled yet, and nobody's heading for the exits just yet. Moments ago, it was a 6-point game, and then DJ Johnson hit a 3-point shot that cut it to a 1-score game with 22.2 seconds left on the clock. There was a foul. Smith hit a free throw and made it a 4-point game, and now we got 20.4 seconds left on the clock. Left to go in the tournament. It is 9:05. You're listening to high school basketball here from the 67th annual Seven Hills Rotary Rome News Tribune Christmas basketball tournament on WLAQ AM 1410, Rome, Georgia, and also the live video stream. They inbound the ball to Patrick Shelley. 18 seconds. Got to make a move. Drives towards the lane. Shelley picks up his dribble, feeds it out, and there's a 3-point look and a miss by Shepard. Now they kick it back out to DJ Johnson. It's on the way. He's going to miss that one. 5 seconds to go. They try to lay it in. Chattooga will get the ball and hold and pick up the victory. Chattooga hangs on and wins the gold ball for the first time since 1986, 34 years ago. They would win their only gold ball. That was in 1986. And they're going to be able to pick it up and celebrate and enjoy the victory tonight. Unfortunately for the Darlington Tigers, they will fall short in this game. Their last gold ball was in 2006, and they'll have to wait another year to get another shot at it. But congratulations to the Chattooga Indians, your 2020 boys gold ball winner here in the 67th annual Seven Hills Rotary Rome News Tribune Christmas basketball tournament. We're going to send it back to the studio here for a timeout. We'll put together the totals from the final game, and then we'll come back to wrap things up here from the basketball tournament. We'll be back on WLAQ.
Congratulations to both teams for playing the excellent tournament. This time we're going to recognize the all-tournament teams. From Rome High School, Braxton Wade. From Rome High School, Justin Smith. From Pepperell High School, Kemp Edge. From Model High School, Dane Fisher. From our Mercy High School, Daryl Trejo. From Coosa High School, DeQuez Morgan. From Darlington High School, Patrick Shelley. From Darlington School, Demarion Floyd. From Darlington School, DJ Johnson. From Chattooga, Jalen Johnson. From Chattooga High School, L.A. Riley. From Chattooga High School, Cash Allen. Again, congratulations to